Aided by the Banishers, Captain Pennington survived the mutiny. Now they who remain must set old sins aside and build a future, with Pennington or without. Because the captain sees no brighter horizons behind the blackened clouds of his past.
What have you done with her, Highlander? Drop the innocent look, son. I'm not buying. That mutinous varlet escapes her cell and you swan in here without a care in the world. You expect me to believe the two unrelated?
Is he looking for a new scapegoat? Already?
Answer the question, McGrath. Where is Ellen Priest?
Any a clue? I didn't even know she'd fled. Whatever she's doing, it's her own endeavour.
She cannot have escaped without help. Again, I smell the deep, dark stench of rebellion.
So dramatic. Should have been an actor.
All right, Captain, settle down. Walk me through what happened.
I don't know what happened, not exactly. The cell keys have vanished, the mutineer with them. Now, her character is one part vinegar and the other malaise. Now, who knows what bitter treason she now foments.
She can't have gone far. If the mountains haven't killed her, she'll be somewhere nearabouts.
While she remains out there, flapping loose like an undone mainsail, there can be no trust in here. Find her, McGrath, and I shall believe you. Find her, and do what must be done.
How stand Fort Jericho and her people? Anything notable to relate?
I'll speak to generalities, but not to specifics.
Tell me about Sebastian Priest. What kind of man was he?
He was my loyal right hand for the longest time. On his last assignment, he failed me, miserably. He's remembered as a hero by those who do not know.
Why let his legend grow? And at your expense, too. You knew the truth. You could have cleared your name.
The people must have their heroes, son. Or they will make villains of the generals and string them up.
Helen Priest a liability, do you think? Or is she shot or bolt?
When a tiger shows its stripes, only a fool believes it's anything but a tiger. And she jeopardized a fort once before. Why wouldn't she do it again?
I happened upon this, a package for the garrison. The messenger didn't make it, sad to say, but I'm happy to deliver.
At last, the long-awaited payroll, just as Fairfax promised. Morale may improve yet.
Sorry it took so long.
Thank you, sir. These fine men and women deserve to be paid. Things are looking up.
All right then, Captain. I'll see what I can do about Helen Priest.
She was billeted in the armory. That too is where we locked her up. You have my permission to investigate. McGrath. Fort Jericho would only hold if I can maintain unity. Should Ellen Priest turn up dead, I'll not make a fuss.
Lovely man, really. Someone left in a hurry.
Helen could draw. These are fantastic.
No spectral stains. This has been moved recently.
A lockpick. How did Helen get out?
Pennington's missing keys.
Well, would you look at that?
No mouse did that.
How does Pennington not know about this?
His head's up his arse, that's how. Either we have a giant rabbit, or this is where she went.
Giant rabbit? There's the thought.
In her haste, she dropped something. In her haste, she dropped something.
This cabin and that gravestone feature heavily. A clue?
Maybe, but they could be anywhere. One time in a prison in Paris, I banished the rotting corpse of a bishop.
This is gonna be good.
There was a growling in the dungeon. Down I went, alone. Empty cell, door locked, no pick. No idea how he got out, but he did. Turns out the bishop was possessed by a tyrant. Killed all the prisoners, was planning a rebellion. A riot of the dead. I've no idea why he was there, and at the end, neither did he, but it took me 3 days to clear the building.
Oh la la.
This isn't over yet.
The heart's yours. The roots are mine.
Quick and precise. Well done. right here, you know.
I'll need to stop at some point. Here would be all right.
Ah, the cabin from Helen's drawings.
Something's concealed. This is the place.
You.
I had a feeling we'd be crossing paths again. If Pennington sent you, you may run along. I've nothing to say to any of you.
Sebastian's husk vanished. It must have been hard to lose him all over again. How are you bedding up?
My days are quiet. Some are better than others. At times, I am grateful for the memories. At others, they feel like fingers clamped upon my throat. I'm still learning to live around my grief.
I wish I could tell you that time heals all, but I'm still learning too. Maybe it doesn't.
One day, it will be safe to remember. In this, I trust. Count your blessings in the moment, for both are fleeting.
You weren't easy to find. Why here in particular?
I was with child when the first plague came. I gave birth surrounded by the dead and dying. My son never had a chance. I wished to bury him away from the mines, away from the garrison. somewhere his and his alone. I brought him here. I left him here. And I nearly did not make it back.
Oh, it's peaceful here. I can see why you'd come back.
I came to say goodbye. One last time.
I'm curious. How did you escape without being noticed?
I know Fort Jericho better than anyone. It has many ins and outs. If Pennington hadn't had his head up his own arse, he'd have known not to put me in those cells.
That's what I said.
Did you have help?
I still have friends in the fort, and if you think I'm going to tell you more than that, then you really are mistaken about my character.
What are you doing up here?
Did Pennington send you? Yes or no?
He sent me, yes, and did not shy away from hinting that he'd rather see you dead than alive.
Then what are you waiting for?
That's not why we're here.
Well, then you may leave. I am done with Pennington, Fort Jericho, and all in it.
What's the plan? You can't mean to stay here forever.
I could. But no. When I'm ready, and the road is open, I'll leave for Boston and begin anew. For most of my life, death has walked with me. But to see how you banishers walk proud beside it, well, it's as if you dance along the road with death. That leads me to wonder. Perhaps it's time I embraced my gift and put it to good use. Perhaps I too may dance along with death.
Have you always been sensitive to the invisible?
I suppose I have. As a child, we'd play secret games in which we'd summon spirits, as you do. For me, though, sometimes they came. I remember, for weeks after my grandmother passed, I'd see her sitting at the foot of my bed. My father ascribed it to a wild imagination. He would not indulge it.
You weren't imagining it. You have talent. Match it to your prowess in the fight, and you'd make a fine banisher.
I was hoping to find someone to guide me on that path.
It's a hard life. Dangerous. Lots of death. Anger, resentment. Grief.
Well, then I've been training for it for years.
Be warned, child's play it is not. There's a lot more to it than clubbing specters.
Show me. Show me a real foe with a real banisher fight. Teach me.
I'd happily be your teacher, but recent events mean I no longer qualify. Looks like you got yourself a new apprentice, Red.
All right, I'll step up. Till you find someone better, mind. Let's show Helen how banishers fight.
First of all, keep in mind that fighting specters is rarely easy. They can be tricky.
Caution is always advised, but you're in good hands.
I know a cave where we might find a fight. Follow me. Antea, how did you become a banisher?
My mother was a healer. She had the gift. Taught me all she knew. But I was different. I had a gift for ghosts. At 15, I set off to develop it. I knew no one and had nothing. But my teachers saw my yearning for knowledge and took me on. And here I am.
Quite the adventure. We're almost there. This is the place.
Good instincts. This cave is badly stained.
Time to dig. We use runes and words of power to make spirits manifest.
Do you pluck them from thin air with your magic rings?
It's more that we will them to come to us. The rings help channel the power.
Turn out and turn up!
Dodge it if you can.
You bastard!
Fine work. Both of you.
And that's how a fight goes.
Most of the time.
Except when your partner drops his sword or loses the tie.
Fairy stories. Neither of those entirely plausible things has ever happened.
You fight well, Banishers.
As do you.
If I didn't, I'd be dead.
If you're truly serious about becoming a banisher, I may have a contact in Boston who could help. Her name is Elizabeth Grey. You should find her, if she wants to be found, at the Green Dragon, not half a mile from the wharf. Tell her I sent you. When you meet her, please tell her she is now the best female banisher in the land.
She's interesting. I'd do some reading if I were you. Might help you make a good impression. Here, this book served me well. It'll serve you too.
I shall treasure it. Thank you. Thank you both so much.
Take care, Helen.
Any last advice for a young-ish apprentice before you go?
Love life, even when you lack the stomach for it.
Perhaps we'll meet again.
God willing, we shall.
Back to Pennington to give him the news of Helen's passing.
It's such a good lie, it's almost true. Leopold. Same gravestone as appears in her drawings. spectral nest. I'd better command them to show themselves.
Now step from the shadows.
Watch out!
They brought more friends. Great! More fun.
Stop that spectre before it possesses the corpse.
They brought more friends.
Did we miss a few?